Hajj says, those who strive to stop or prevent our revelation, such are rightful owners of the fire. Somewhere else in the same surah, Quran says, those who disbelieve and deny our revelations, for them will be a shameful doom. Both Salman Rushdie as well as that Danish newspaper recently, they exercised their freedom of speech, offended many Muslims around the world, making religious leaders like Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran to call for their executions. Third, within the context of Quran, man and woman have freedom, so long as Islamic principles are not violated. Yet between man and woman, more freedom has been given to men. In the beginning of Surah Nisa, Quran vividly declares, a man can marry to 2 or 3 or 4 women who seem good. But if man fears that he cannot do justice to so many women, then one only or a captive who is rightly possessed by him is sufficient. Although Quran insists that in cases of injustice, man is not allowed to marry more than one woman, but the nature of the very authorization has paved the way for many Muslims around the world to practice polygamy. We can take examples of Pakistani hardliner clerics, Sunni clerics especially, and kings and princes of Saudi Arabia. Secondly, Quran has referred to captive women as another choice, which the very idea is against the free will of the individual, because after all, a captive is a captive. Many Muslim women, notably the educated ones, reject the practice of polygamy. It's very interesting. In 2003-2004, I conducted a research, and I asked around 850 Muslim educated girls in India, in Iran, and 100% of them reacted negatively to it. When I asked them that, do you know that this is divine revelation, then a few of them changed their stance. Some of them said, we don't know what to say, and many others said that no, we don't believe that. Fourth issue is divorce. Quran has not empowered women as men are empowered. Surah Baqarah of Quran clearly states that if a man has divorced his wife for the 3rd time, then she cannot be lawful unto him unless she had wedded another husband. And if the second husband divorced her, it would not be a sin for both to come together, if they consider that they are able to observe the limits of Allah. This denotes that if such an incident occurs in one woman's life, and if husband regrets, and if both are intended to reunite, they have no any other choice of their own, but have to follow the Islamic tradition as mentioned earlier. Of course, it has been interpreted by many Muslim scholars and critics that this law has been enacted in Quran because Quran wants to discourage men from not easily using the word divorce 3 times, making them understand that if you use the word divorce for the 3rd time, then it will be very difficult for you to get back to your wife. The other Muslim critic says that they want to justify, or defend Islamic rules. They say that things cannot be finalized so easily. For example, one has to make sure whether man, while uttering the word divorce 3 times, was in his good senses or not. Whatsoever, divorce is more or less applicable in many Muslim societies, especially in developing world. For both Shia and Sunni Muslims, the right to demand a divorce is primarily for men, while men can easily divorce their wives or women, they face many obstacles such as financial and legal. Quran's 5th issue is about dress or hijab. Quran has not allowed women to dress according to their own choices, because according to Islam, a woman has to cover herself fully. The most important Quranic verse relating to hijab is Surah verse 31, which says, "And tell the believing women to lower their gaze and guard their private parts, and not to display their adornment except that which naturally appears thereof, and to draw their head covers over their chest, and not to display their adornment except to the people of close relationship, like father, husband, mother, etc." Amazingly, many Iranian foreign-based ladies or women wear according to their own desires. Example can be taken of India itself. In Pune, there are many Iranian, girls. They are studying here. Interestingly, most of these Iranian, when you ask them, majority of them, strongly believe in Islam in its way of life. Anyway, the Islamic code of dress is, it varies around the world. For example, in states like Iran, the state, has enacted this strict law, and women have to cover themselves. Whereas in, Muslim-populated areas like India, social norms rather than state law dictate such rules. It has been it should be noted that Western scholars have viewed this, as an oppression of human rights. It has been a matter of great debate in UK 2006 and in France, law on security and conspicuous religious symbols can be taken as two notable examples. The status of the sixth issue is about testimony. The status of women's testimony is also disputed. In this regard, Quran in Surah Baqarah, verse 282 says, "When you deal with each other in transactions involving future obligations a fixed period of time, reduce them to writing. Get 2 witnesses out of your own men, and if there are not 2 men, then a man and 2 women, just as you choose. So that if one of them," means one of those women, "mistakes, the other can remind her." Many Muslim clerics, not Muslim scholars, many believe that, women, I'm very sorry to say this, it's not my idea. They say that women, have, lack of intelligence, or it's because of their sphere of, interest. In regard to employment, Islam allows women to work, however, subject to certain conditions. For example, a woman is not allowed to sell alcohol, or a woman is not allowed to work in private with, a stranger. They have to work, in an open, place, and with lots of women. And the precondition is that the woman has to get permission from her husband. In spite of that, in practice, in countries like Iran, for instance, women, have some limited opportunities, like a woman cannot be a judge. In Egypt, for instance, in private sector, women cannot find a job as many. But with reference to the political leadership, the only religious narration or hadith relating to female political leadership is Sahih Bukhari 559709, in which the Prophet of Islam is recorded